Morning, folks. I hope you're smiling, and I do hope you're happy. I'm sitting in here, my new favourite spot, my new coffee table. Um, oh, whatever. You just had your breakfast, darling. Like most mornings, I can wake up when I wake up. I have a nice, slow sort of start, steady start. No rushing, no alarm clocks. Just Mother Nature, especially this time of year where the birds are in song. Quite often, that is actually my alarm clock. And a reasonable day. We had some rain last night, which is good. And yeah, it's going to be a reasonably nice day. And I sit here in my rocking chair. I've walked the girls, fed the girls, brought some logs up. Bit of my morning routine. And then it's time for me to sit and have a coffee and ponder my day ahead. As you see in the videos, I'm very busy at the moment and I have got a lot going on. There's an old guy once told me, every now and then you must take time out to smell the roses. Admittedly, I thought he was missing his cheese in his cheese and ham sandwich. But alas, no, he wasn't. As I grew on, I learned the value of that. Hence where I am now. Old people aren't stupid people. That's very weathered. But in the modern world, north of the gates, the place I dare not to roam, it's busy, and to be deemed rich or have luxuries appears to be the goal. The fast cars, the big houses, the new wardrobe of clothes each year as the fashion trends set change to try and keep up with the very hectic pace of modern life. To have a more expensive watch somehow seems to give you some status, or so you believe. Look at me, the height of fashion. Look at me, chasing around, trying to meet deadlines, work quotas. When what your luxuries are is a good night's sleep, slow mornings, a calm, peaceful and tranquil environment where there is no pressures. And this coffee, I do apologise, is rather good. The freedom to choose, which for many years was kind of my mantra, my dream. I always wanted freedom for many, many years. And hence, for 13 years, I was a van dweller. That became way too trendy and way too fashionable for my liking. So now I live in the peace and tranquility of my trees with my birds and my girls. In the materialistic world, north of the gate, it would deem I have nothing. I live like a Neanderthal. Why would I ever want to go backwards? Why do I want to live as our ancestors did hundreds of years ago? These are some of the quotes that are put to me. You keep chasing for that fast car, that fancy clothing, the real fancy stuff, the expensive stuff, the fancy watch, and of course the fancy holiday, where for a week or 2 weeks you can escape momentarily your rat race. Or give all of that up, get a little place like I have, built my own, and every day of the year is a holiday, where fashion doesn't matter, where materialistic things do not exist. Why would I give all of that up? I must be stupid. Am I having a midlife crisis? I know I was always a little bit slow, but I think I've passed the midlife crisis stage. Why would I give all of that up? Because I want my good night's sleep. I want my slow mornings. I want my coffee. At a time of my choosing, to have the freedom to choose whatever I'm doing each day. Now I feel that I am the wealthiest man on the planet, as per many of you that do live in an alternative way. Likewise, you understand. For those of you who appear to say, I can only dream about it, remember this one bit, folks. I had a dream. I knew that I had to continue to be a slave to society, and I had to keep working when I didn't really want to be working, to be able to start to create my little piece of luxury. If I can, you can. Here's to the coffee mornings. Here's to the slow mornings. Here's to a world where this, per se, doesn't really exist. There's two times in a day when you live in an alternative way. That's nighttime and daytime. Anyway, folks, If you have a dream, as I had, you've got to set goals. You're going to have to work very hard, but you can achieve. Everybody can do it. Here's to the slow mornings and the freedom of choice.